These leaves show signs of early blight.
Yes, I've noted the localized spread here. We should increase the airflow.
These are very ripe today.
Yes, make sure to fill the large basket first.
We need this row stacked 5 high. Okay, making room for the next pallet now. Careful with that last one.
Once sorted, the tomatoes are moved to the factory's crushing machine. Here, they are crushed into a smooth pulp.
After the tomatoes are crushed into pulp, the mixture is heated in the factory to remove excess moisture. This thickens
Duration. Now, in the factory, the next step is preparing the vinegar. It is carefully measured and mixed with water to
In the factory, vinegar is prepared by diluting concentrated vinegar with water to achieve the desired acidity.
In the factory, sugar is brought in large sacks and carefully weighed according to the recipe requirements.
The sugar sacks are delivered to the factory, ready for use in the ketchup production. These large sacks are carefully
Once in the factory, the sugar is carefully weighed using precise scales to ensure the correct amount is used. The salt sacks are delivered to the factory and unloaded carefully. These large sacks are then stored in a Once the salt is washed, it is transferred to drying machines where it is dried thoroughly.
After the salt is dried, it is sent through grinding machines to achieve the desired texture.
Finally, the ground salt is passed through filters to remove any remaining larger particles. This step ensures that only fresh onions are delivered to the factory in large sacks, ready for processing. These onions are carefully unloaded and stored in a cool, dry area.
Once the onions are ready, they are peeled manually or using an automatic peeling machine. This step removes the outer.
After peeling, the onions are thoroughly washed in large water tanks to remove any dirt or residues.
Once clean, the onions are chopped into small pieces using a high-powered chopping machine. This ensures a uniform size, which is important for the drying process.
After the onions are fully dried, they are transferred to a grinding machine where they are finely ground into onion powder.
Fresh garlic bulbs are delivered to the factory in large crates. The garlic is carefully unloaded and stored.
The chopped garlic is then heated at a controlled temperature to enhance its flavor and reduce moisture content.
After heating, the garlic is transferred to drying machines, where it is dried to remove any remaining moisture.
Once fully dried, the garlic is passed through a grinding machine where it is ground into fine garlic powder.
Finally, the garlic powder is filtered to remove any larger particles or impurities.
The spices, including allspice, cloves, and cinnamon, are delivered to the factory in sealed containers to preserve their freshness.
Before use, the spices are carefully inspected for quality. A group of middle-aged African-American females.
Once inspected, the spices are carefully measured according to the recipe. The exact amount of each spice.
After mixing, the spice blend is sifted to ensure there are no larger particles. This step ensures a smooth,
The spice blend is then carefully added to the ketchup base, which includes the tomato paste, vinegar, and sugar.
Finally, the spice-infused ketchup mixture undergoes quality control checks. The taste, consistency, and color are... The mustard powder is delivered to the factory in sealed containers to ensure it retains its freshness. Before use, the mustard powder is carefully inspected for quality. The East Asian young adult factory workers ensure it is... The mustard powder is then precisely measured according to the recipe. The right amount is essential to provide the perfect balance of tanginess in the ketchup.
The measured mustard powder is added to the mix of other spices. This is done carefully to ensure it combines well with the other ingredients.
After mixing, the mustard powder is sifted to remove any clumps or impurities. This ensures a smooth texture and guarantees even flavor distribution in the ketchup.
The sifted mustard powder is then added to the ketchup mixture, which contains tomato paste, vinegar, sugar, and salt. Once the mustard powder is added, the entire mixture is stirred thoroughly to ensure the flavors are evenly distributed.
Finally, the ketchup undergoes quality control tests. The flavor is sampled to ensure the
Paprika is delivered to the factory in sealed containers to preserve its vibrant color and fresh flavor.
Before adding paprika to the ketchup, it is carefully ground into a fine powder. The ground paprika is then
The finely ground paprika is added to the ketchup mixture, blending seamlessly with other spices.
The corn kernels are soaked in water to soften them. After soaking, the kernels are ground into a paste, and
Cornstarch, derived from corn kernels, is delivered to the factory in large bags. The corn kernels are first cleaned to...
Before adding it to the ketchup mixture, the cornstarch is carefully weighed to ensure the correct amount is used.
Once purified, the starch is dried using a drying machine or heated air to remove all moisture. The cornstarch is then ground into a fine powder. The extracted starch is purified by washing it with water to remove any residual fibers or impurities.
Once weighed, the cornstarch is added to the ketchup base, which consists of tomato paste, vinegar, sugar, and spices.
Citric acid, a natural preservative and acidifier, is sourced from citrus fruits like lemons, or produced through fermentation.
The mixture is then heated again to activate the cornstarch, thickening the ketchup to the perfect consistency. The heat helping spice. Before adding it to the ketchup, citric acid is carefully measured according to the recipe. The right amount is essential.
After filtration, the water is boiled at high temperatures in large tanks. This helps eliminate any remaining backlands. Once the water is boiled, it is cooled to a safe temperature before being added to the ketchup mixture. Cooling.
In the factory, the process begins by pouring tomato paste into the large-scale industrial mixer. The tomato paste...
Next, vinegar is added to the tomato paste in the mixer. The vinegar provides that signature tangy flavor that balances the natural sweetness of the tomatoes.
After the sugar, salt is added to the mixture in the industrial mixer. The salt enhances the overall flavor of the ketchup. It dissolves easily, continuing to blend smoothly.
Next, mustard powder is added. This gives the ketchup a subtle sharpness and depth, complementing the sweet and tangy flavors.
Now, paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder are added. These spices contribute warmth and complexity.
After the spices, cornstarch or modified starch is added to the mixture. This thickening agent helps achieve the desired consistency.
Once all the ingredients have been added, the entire mixture in the industrial mixer is heated. The heat helps activate the thickening agent.
Before moving forward, the ketchup undergoes a test.
After passing quality checks, the ketchup is cooled to a safe temperature. This step ensures that it's ready for bottling.
After the bottles are filled, they are sealed tightly to maintain freshness. The caps are securely placed on each bottle.
Once sealed, the bottles are sent to the labeling station. here, labels with product details, including the brand name.
Before the ketchup is ready for distribution, each bottle undergoes a final inspection. Male workers check.
Finally, the bottles are packed into boxes and prepared for shipping. The boxes are carefully stacked on pallets.